Now, back to Coastal Living on KZTV.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Coastal Living. Now you may have heard the recent news that the Pentagon reached a deal with Lockheed Martin for 478 of the world's most advanced fighter jets, the F-35. Fresh on the heels of the Pentagon's historic announcement, we are being joined live from the mile-long factory in Fort Worth, Texas that makes these technological marvels by Chief Test Pilot of Lockheed Martin Aeronautics, Al Norman. Welcome to the show, Alan.
Oh, thank you for having me, Clarissa, and good morning.
Good morning. Now, can you tell us?
I'm so excited to be able to talk to you today about the F-35.
Well, we're happy to have you and very excited to get a sneak peek. Now, tell us about the history of the F-35 program and how that's helping protect our security.
Well, as you might know, the F-35 is a fifth-generation airplane, and by fifth generation, what we mean is it's a fighter aircraft that we've taken attributes of stealth, combined them with advanced avionics and systems that we have to tell the pilot what's going on all around us and give us complete situational awareness. Not only do we have those two things combined, we have the ability to maneuver the airplane like every other fighter we've come accustomed to, and then share the information that we have with all the other F-35s in the sky. So this gives us the ability, gives the men and women flying this airplane for our nation, the ability to execute their mission effectively and come home safely each and every time. That's paramount to us.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what we want for those people protecting us out there. Now, that's the footage that we want to see of the newest model, correct?
That's exactly right, and what you brought up about the new contract, the new agreement that was signed, really is indicative of how the airplane's been performing for our men and women in uniform. In fact, with over 450 airplanes out in the field and over 900 pilots flying, the United States government decided we are mature enough and the airplane is performing well enough to be able to grant us a multi-year contract. And what that really does for everybody is it allows us to now have this airplane in its most affordable form, where the airplane now is costing less than ever. We're constantly working on making the airplane more affordable for our taxpayers and at the same time making the airplane more capable as we move forward into future decades.
Amazing, and that's a puzzle we're always trying to solve, is how to get more bang for our buck, especially when it comes to aircrafts like this that need to be in tip-top shape. But how have local companies contributed to the program for F-35, and what's the economic impact been?
Well, Clarissa, Texas, as always, is a huge contributor to things like this. You know, for one thing, I'm standing here in Fort Worth on our mile-long factory, and behind me you can see all the airplanes that we're making now and for next year and beyond that will start flying pretty soon. But across Texas, the F-35 program directly and indirectly supplies over 52,000 jobs to the tune of almost $10 billion of economic impact. So that's huge for every man and woman in the United States.
Yeah, that's very impressive. And you mentioned earlier that the cost, you've been able to achieve a lesser cost to come up with these models. Now, how has that been less for previous generations of the Air Force fighter planes?
Well, what we've been able to do now is bring the cost of the F-35, this fifth generation airplane with all the synergistic capabilities that I talked about, and bring that to the warfighter, to our men and women in uniform, for the cost of what we were making fourth generation aircraft. So we essentially have an airplane that is more affordable and extremely more capable than what we've had before. So I think it's an awesome value for the men and women in uniform.
Absolutely, and you mentioned earlier this is bringing a lot of money, a lot of jobs to our community. How is it saving taxpayers money?
Well, as we make the airplane, we are constantly learning more things. We, from the outset of this program, had in mind that we were going to be able to offer this fifth gen capability at fourth gen prices. And as we've done that, that's been part of our design philosophy in the airplane. So the men and women of Lockheed know why we do what we do. And with Veterans Day it's always a reminder of how important it is that we do what we do for our men and women in uniform. So paramount to us are our service men and women's safety and their ability to conduct our missions effectively all across the world. We've made an airplane now that allows pilots to do that now, and as we continue to refine and increase and improve the airplane over the next decades, it'll bring our men and women home safely now and our sons and daughters home safely in the future.
Amazing. Well, Al, we want to thank you so much for the hard work you're doing there to keep our fighters safe, to keep our country safe and on a good dime. Now, I know I'm intrigued. I want more information. Tell me, where can our viewers go to learn more?
Well, Clarissa, for anybody that wants more information, they can go to our website, www.f35.com, and continually be updated on the F-35, the program, and what the airplane means to our country.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for taking the time to share with us today and giving us a sneak peek into this very impressive factory and all the work you're doing for the safety of our country and our citizens. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for your time, Al. You're watching Coastal Living. We'll be right back.
You're watching Coastal Living on KZTV, the only lifestyle show made in the Coastal Bend for the Coastal Bend.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.